Okay, today I'm going to show you how to do clothes and then eyes so that you can start adding different types of accessories to your dunny. And everything you do from now on should be on a different layer. Everything. And I want to show you some of my old ones just so you can see how different things are on different layers. So this is my Shrek that I have. He is not totally done, but if you look up here, I have so many layers. All of these things are on different layers. I also have over here a Cookie Monster, and he is also on a bunch of different layers. So it's important that you have a bunch of different layers. So this is what I have for my Dunny. I have just his body outlined, okay, and filled in. So before I do anything else, I'm going to lock that layer. And then I'm going to start drawing a pants layer. And mine is going to be Shrek. So I'm going to name this layer pants. And this is where a lot of people mess up. First, I'm going to zoom in because it's easier to draw when you're zoomed in. So I'm going to zoom in right here. And then I'm going to zoom in a little bit over here. Okay, and this is what most people do. So they pick the color of their pants. I want brown pants because he's Shrek. And then they get the line tool, and then they go across right here. And then they're like, okay, now I can fill it in. So they're like, okay, the fill is right here. And they're like, okay, fill. Okay, well, that didn't work. Okay, let me check. Close large gaps. Fill. Okay, it doesn't work. And then they yell at Flash because it's stupid. Well, it's not stupid. If you come up here and turn off all your layers but your pants, this is all that's on the pants layer. So it's not filling in because you can't fill in something that's just a line. So you need to start thinking like Flash, and you need to think in layers. So you need to go back up, turn your layer back on, and you need to fill in the pants so that this layer has something to fill in. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to make his pants connect completely on this layer. I'm going to go out and bend this out a little bit just so I can see. Make sure that his pants come out and I don't see that line of his outline. This one out a little bit. Now I should be able to fill in the pants. Okay, and then I'm going to lock that layer. And now I'm going to go over eyeballs with you. And eyeballs are a little bit tricky also because you're going to have to think backwards when you do the eyes. So when I do the eyes, I start off the screen when I draw the eyes just because I put them all together and I do them backwards. So I start off with a black outline and a white fill because I'm going to do the white part of the eye first. So I'm going to make sure I have my oval tool. You're not going to use these primitive ones. You're going to use the plain oval tool. And then I'm going to draw just a big white part of the eye. That's the back of the eye. Then I'm going to pick his eye color. Shrek has brown eyes, so I'm going to pick brown eyes. Okay, and these are going to be the same color. And I'm going to get the circle tool again, and I'm going to do a little bit smaller brown part of the eye. That's the iris part of the eye. Then I'm going to draw the pupil, which the pupil is the black part of the eye. And I'm going to do a little bit smaller than the iris. So white, color, black. And then I'm going to get all fancy. And sometimes I put a little star in the eye, but I'm going to put two little white dots in the eye just so that it looks like he's kind of got a little twinkle in his eye. So then I'm going to put this eyeball together backwards. So I'm going to highlight the twinkle part. I'm going to move them to the edge of the black part of the eye. Then I'm going to highlight just the pupil. I'm going to put it into the center part of the eye. And I can use my arrows to move it a little bit just to get it perfect. And then once it's perfect, I'm going to highlight the whole iris and the pupil part. And I'm going to get it in the white part of the eye. And again, I can use my arrows to get it perfect. It's easier to use your arrows than the mouse sometimes. And then once I have that eye looks perfect, I'm going to highlight the whole eye, copy it, paste it. Now I have two eyes. Okay, now his eyes are way too big for his head. They go off his head. So unless he's one of those like squeezy dolls, that's too big. So I'm going to come and get my third tool down, free transform tool, and I'm going to shrink his eyes until they're an appropriate size. And that's a pretty good size. And then I'm going to lock that layer, and then maybe the next layer I'm going to do is, I don't know, Shrek shirt. And I need a new layer, and I'm going to name it shirt or whatever, and then I'm going to start doing the shirt, and I need to make sure everything on the shirt layer connects or it won't fill. Okay,